one day you're going to die. And I think there's a lot of people out there that might be dying right now, like mentally or like deep down inside, that they're dying and they're just drifting through every single day. And they're almost wishing for that death sentence to happen faster because they want to feel whole. And when I think about a fulfilling life, I look at it like four pillars. There's four things that you need, which is love, money, purpose, and health. And I want to quickly get into all four because I'm tired and I want to go to sleep. So I'm going to try to make this quick as to why these four are important and what they actually give you. If we start off with love, I feel like love is just one of the coolest like languages. It's inexplainable, that feeling. When I haven't seen my mom in months and I give her a hug, it's like fireworks are going off in my brain. It's inexplainable. Like love is, if not one of the most important things that you can experience. And love comes in different ways, right? You can experience love from your family, your friends, your romantic partner, maybe a dog, right? You need love and almost all of those, but some people aren't blessed with a nice family, right? So like you have to replace that with something else. But the point is, you need love. You like that is something that you need. Secondly, you need money. Unfortunately, that's just something that we need in today's world, right? I wish money didn't exist and we didn't have to need it, but we do, right? You need a certain amount of money to be able to just exist in this world. I saw a video the other day of some police officer who was like around my age ish, said like, "Oh, I'm making $70,000 a year as a police officer, and I'm single and I don't have kids, and I can't afford to live, and I had to move back home with my parents." And it's like, damn, that shit is real. Like nowadays, it's like you need six figures, otherwise you're going to be struggling figuring out, how am I going to pay my rent this month, right? So if we look at the threshold, you say, okay, if you need money, if money is one of the pillars, you need $100,000, right? That's gonna allow you to live a comfortable life where you don't have to stress so much about the future. Third, you need health. Health comes in a bunch of different formats, whether it's spiritual health, physical health, mental health, all very, very important, right? They help keep you grounded. At least mental and spiritual help keep you grounded. Physical health is just, you're nothing without physical health. If you're like, if you have a blood clot in your leg, you're gonna fucking lose your leg. If you're having a heart attack, you're gonna die, right? So like you need to obviously take care of yourself, right? Eat the right food, go outside and work out, go to the gym, right? But also take care of your mental, right? Maybe go to therapy, maybe read some books, maybe stop scrolling all day, maybe don't get addicted to porn, maybe, you know what I mean, right? You need to be healthy and find something to believe in, right? I don't want to get into the whole God debate, but find something to believe in, even if it's yourself, right? You need to feel something, like to almost look forward to, or to just believing in something. And then lastly is purpose. This is definitely the hardest one, which most people struggle with because they they find it hard to have meaning in this life. And I think by definition for me, I think that there is no meaning to life, right? So that gives us the beauty to create our own meaning. And I forget what that is. I look at philosophy stuff all the time. Um, I think that's some form of like not existential. It might be existentialism. Um, I don't know. I was reading some dude like Albert Camus or something like that. Regardless, I'm going on a tangent right now. You need to have some sort of purpose, right? And I think you can create that purpose for yourself. Figure out what matters to you, right? If you fall in love with filmmaking, just pour all your energy into filmmaking, because it doesn't matter if you never make money in it, because that's the whole point of the pillars. They protect each other. If you have the health, right, you're going to be able to stay alive and be happy. If you have the money, you're going to be able to live in this world which requires money. If you have the love, you have a support system. You have people that actually care about you, because if people didn't care about you, what's the point in even being here? And then the last thing that you would need is just that purpose. So everything else is kind of filling everything else up. So purpose is just that last thing that you're missing to feel whole. And you figure that out for yourself. You try a bunch of things and you go a bunch of places and you try to figure out what matters to me and you go do that. So those are my four pillars: love, money, purpose, health. I think you need those four. Figure out how you can get those four. Go one at a time or try to go after all four at the same time, whatever works best for you. But me personally, I think those four are the most important things that you have to your life. And if you have those, you will feel whole. I've had them individually and it wasn't enough, right? I've been in places in my life where I had the money, but it wasn't enough because I didn't have the others, right? I might have had a purpose, but it wasn't enough because I didn't have the others. One isn't enough, two isn't enough, three isn't enough. You need all four. I think that will help a lot of people feel more whole. Yeah.